In this video, I'm going to explain how I went from someone who was lost, confused, depressed, with no drive whatsoever, to someone who's actually heading somewhere in life. Someone whose life has actual direction. Now, of course, I'm not saying I'm successful. I still have a long way to go. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but at least my life has a direction now. My life has an upward trajectory. I'm actually getting somewhere. I have goals that I work towards every day. And I'm very driven now. And I'm going to explain to you what made that switch. Now, just a disclaimer, I don't know how long this video is going to be, because I want to talk about everything that is on my mind. I'm going to be very vulnerable. I'm going to explain exactly what I went through, my deepest fears, my deepest emotions. Okay, so I didn't really talk about my deepest fears and deepest emotions that much in this video, but I'm actually planning to do part 2 of this, so if you're looking forward to hear about my deepest emotions that caused my inner transformation, I'm sure I will talk about this in the second part of this video. Just a disclaimer. And this video isn't going to be highly edited, because I don't want to make another highly edited video that is just going to make you feel good, make you excited for a week, and then you just get back to your old habits. I don't want to do any of that. I think it's harmful. I just want to explain to you exactly what happened for me, so that maybe you can relate to it, maybe you can apply it to your own life. This video might turn out very long because there's a lot to talk about, so if you're someone who's unable to focus for half an hour or however long this video turns out to be, I suggest you just skip this video already, because honestly, and this is going to be very harsh, but if you're unable to focus for half an hour on listening to something that might actually change your life, I think you're already a lost cause. And I know this is a very harsh thing to say, but I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. If you're unable to focus on something that might actually benefit you, just because it's not engaging enough, entertaining enough, then how do you expect to apply any of the actual changes, actual actions that are going to improve your life? So, another thing, I might swear a lot in this video. I try not to swear as a Christian, but this is something I'm very passionate about, so I might end up doing it, especially since swearing often makes it easier to get the point across. So if you're someone who's very offended by swearing, I suggest you skip this video also. And if you're someone who just gets easily offended in general, you should also skip this video, because I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to tell you exactly how it is. But on the flip side, if you actually listen to the whole video, it might genuinely change your life. So let's get into it. So this video isn't actually about me, it's about you. But I need to tell you about me and what I went through, for you to be able to relate to it and possibly apply it to your life. I don't like talking about myself. I am a very private person, believe it or not. But this is the only way for me to actually get the point across. So I'm going to start from the beginning. So what you need to understand, and this is extremely crucial, self-improvement is not about actions, it's about the mindset. It all starts with your mindset. Your life is a direct representation of your thoughts. No amount of self-improvement techniques, strategies, self-help books that you read, habits that you practice is going to help you if your mind is not in the right place. It all starts with your mind. And so many people underestimate the importance of mindset. Your mind is a powerful tool. Your mind is $1 billion tool. This isn't an exaggeration, I genuinely mean it. All you need is for your mind to be in the right place. But you need to do a lot of inner work and face your demons to actually get that mind to the right place. So I'm going to explain to you how I did it. And if you're already getting offended for whatever reason, I just want to tell you that I gain nothing from this. I am spending my private time. I'm not going to earn any money from this video. If anything, I'm probably going to get some hate comments, and I'm not famous, so it's not like people are going to praise me in the comments either. Or at least I won't get many comments, I won't get many likes, because I have just started my YouTube channel, so I gain nothing from this. This is all out of the pure desire to help you. So I hope you realize that before you jump to the conclusion that I'm attacking you. Okay, so I will start by saying that I am 27 years old, and for the last few months I have been waking up at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. consistently, doing lots of stuff. Before I even start work, I work from home. I start work around 9 a.m., so I could easily sleep in if I wanted to. But there's actually stuff that I want to get done before I start work, such as filming videos, meditation, reading, journaling, and so on. And I'm not saying this to brag, because it's not about me. I'm just telling you because it can be done. If someone told me 2 years ago I would be this kind of person, I wouldn't believe it. I would actually laugh that person in the face, because I used to be a total night owl. I used to be someone who would roll out of bed at 9:30 a.m. in a bad mood, all sleepy and so on, only to start working right away. I wasn't a driven person whatsoever. I wasn't an ambitious person whatsoever. And I'm going to explain to you what made me change. So without further ado, let's get back to the beginning. So I remember in high school or early college, I would watch those videos, Instagram reels and so on, about some people who are trying to motivate you, and they're saying, work harder, don't give up and stuff like that. You can do it. You just need to wake up earlier. You know that's real, right? And I would think, yeah, I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but I'm just not this kind of person. I just don't have that drive within me. I don't have that ambition within me. I am a very laid back person. That's what I used to say. I am a very chill person. So I just don't have that within me. I don't have that drive within me, and I cannot do anything about it. It would be nice to be that kind of person, but I'm just not. And I was just wrong. Everybody can be that kind of person. You can be that person too. And I'm going to explain to you why. The reason why you think you cannot be that person is because you think that your past defines you. You believe that the way you used to act is going to define the way you act in the future. No, it's not going to, if you don't let it. Let me explain. I'm back because I had to eat dinner, and it's also getting colder, so I had to put on a thicker jacket. So I specifically came back to the same forest just to finish this video. I think this proves how much I actually care about you, because I could just give up. I could use it as an excuse to stop filming, or just say some bullshit that you want to hear, not what you actually need to hear. But instead I'm going to finish this video however long it takes, because I genuinely care about you and I want you to get better, believe it or not. So what I was saying is, your past doesn't define you. The way you used to act doesn't define how you are going to act in the future. There's no such thing as a fixed personality. I know people believe this, but this is a lie. Just because you used to act a certain way your whole life doesn't mean that you have to keep acting this way. Unless you identify too strongly with your previous personality. You can reinvent yourself. You can become a totally new person. As long as you are willing to let that old person, the old you, go. And this is actually very tricky, because most people are unwilling to let go of their old selves. Even though their old selves are not benefiting them in the slightest and are causing them to have a range of issues, and their old selves have led them into the mess of their life, they are still unwilling to let go of that past self. So maybe you used to be a party person, someone who likes to party, likes to socialize, likes to get drunk and so on. Deep down you know that this isn't benefiting you, but you got so used to this that you have built a whole identity around this. Now you are telling people that you are just a party animal, you like to have fun. How are you planning to actually get sober if this is your identity? You are going against your core being. You need to change your identity. You cannot just change your behavior, you need to change your identity. Whatever you used to identify as that didn't benefit you, whether you thought that you were lazy, a loser, someone who gets easily addicted, someone who's addicted to alcohol, someone who can't focus, whatever. Anything that doesn't benefit you, you need to let go of that identity. This is no longer you. You no longer call yourself that. I cannot stress how important it is. I'm going to give you an example. Like I said, now I wake up at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. sometimes even, But I used to identify as a fucking night owl. And when I was still identifying as a night owl, I was also trying to wake up earlier, and it never worked. At some point I was almost crying because of this, because I just didn't know what to do. I was trying to wake up earlier, but I was trying all different alarm clocks, strategies, and nothing worked. But that's because I was going against my core being. I thought I was a night owl, so how was I supposed to wake up early? My subconscious mind was trying to make sure that my actions match the way I identify. So that's why I was unable to wake up early. But the moment I stopped calling myself a night owl, the moment I decided, I said to myself, from now on I'm an early riser, I started waking up early. It's no longer a problem for me. See? I just let go of that past because it didn't benefit me. So whatever you call yourself, whatever negative trait you call yourself, you need to let go of that. You are no longer allowed to call yourself that, even jokingly. Because your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between jokes and being serious. You just need to stop using that word when describing yourself. Instead, start calling yourself the opposite of that. And then slowly your actions will match that. Another thing that helped me was letting go of the victim mentality. Now, this is a huge topic and a huge issue in the modern society because almost everybody thinks that they're a victim nowadays. And this isn't a political issue, because I know that some conservatives are not happy now because they think that I'm just criticizing liberals. No, I'm not. There are many conservatives who are huge snowflakes and they have a huge victim mentality as well. It's just that they think they're being oppressed for different reasons. It doesn't matter if you think that you're being oppressed because you're gay or because you're straight. You are still stuck in a victim mindset. Now, yes, of course, there are societal issues that are causing people to have problems in life, obviously. I'm not denying that. Obviously, some people are more privileged than others, but that is not an excuse for you to never do anything, never change anything in your life, never even try to improve because of the circumstances that you were born in. So, ask yourself, deep down, do you feel that you are being oppressed, victimized? Do you think that you are having it particularly bad? Do you think that you are unlucky? Because if you consider yourself that, you are getting nowhere in life. I mean it. As long as you identify as a fucking victim, you will never get anywhere in life. Sorry for swearing, but it's the truth. Whatever you've been through, whatever pain you've been caused, no matter how much you've been hurt, no matter how hard you have it, you need to stop identifying with your pain. You need to let go of that. Whatever you are struggling with, there are tons of people who are struggling with other issues. Yes, you may be oppressed in some cases, but in other aspects of life you're actually privileged, you just don't realize it. If you live in the Western world, you're actually pretty privileged, all things considered, globally. So that's one thing to take into account. But also, you just need to stop identifying as someone who's been oppressed, victimized, who has it particularly rough. Even if it's true, you need to stop thinking about yourself that way, because the moment you decide that you're being oppressed, you no longer feel the responsibility to improve your life, because you think it's the world's responsibility to help you heal from your pain. But the world will never acknowledge your pain. You will never get the closure you need. The world will never notice that you are struggling. You need to fix that stuff yourself. Whatever you've been through, you need to do the inner work to heal from that. You need to forgive those who have wronged you, because they probably weren't trying to hurt you. They might have hurt you, but most likely it wasn't their intention when you truly think about it. Most people aren't psychopaths, most people aren't intentionally trying to hurt others. It's just that they don't know any better. They are acting according to subconscious patterns that they don't understand. It's not actual malice on their part. Once you realize that, it's much easier to forgive people for hurting you. And you need to no longer let the pain you've been through and your past define you. Your pain doesn't define you, your past doesn't define you. You can become a totally new person as long as you let that old person go. You just need to toss that old person in the trash. You don't want any of that old self anymore. Stop being sentimental about your old self, because your old self is what got you into this mess of your life. So unless you're willing to throw your old self in the trash, throw it all away, you are not going to actually improve in life, because you're still longing for what caused you those issues. I cannot stress this enough. Please, you need to let go of the pain. You need to stop letting the past define you. It doesn't matter what people called you. It doesn't matter how you acted for 10, 20, 30 years. You can change as long as you no longer identify with what you used to be. What people called you, it doesn't define you either, because why do you assume they know what they're talking about? You know yourself best, so it doesn't matter what they are saying. What matters is how you view yourself. You need to view yourself in a positive manner, because otherwise you will get nowhere in life. Okay, so I guess you can see how passionate I am about this, but this is because I actually really want to help you. I really want to get to you. I really want you to wake up to this. So many people are still sad about something that happened 10, 20, 30 years ago. Their dad was rude to them, their mom said this, but it's done, it's in the past, it's gone. The past doesn't exist, it no longer defines you. Whatever happened, you need to close it and throw it in the trash. This is no longer a part of you, no longer a part of your life. And another thing, your ego. Now, it's quite astounding how much the modern society is caught in their own ego. Most people are so caught in their own egos that it's almost like you cannot reason with them at all, because everybody thinks that they're this special case. Because of the society we live in, the culture, the modern culture is basically trying to tell us all that we are unique. Every one of us is a special kind of unique. We like to talk about our interests, the music we listen to, our personalities and so on. And I'm not saying you shouldn't talk about this, but why are you making yourself like this special snowflake? Why are you trying to show how unique you are? How about you, instead of bragging about how unique you are, how about you actually become a unique person through your actions? It's easy to talk. People talk all the time. They will say, I am this, I am that, I did this, I did that. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm actually trying to help you, okay? Nobody cares about your special circumstances. Nobody cares about your special preferences. Nobody cares about your special story. Not because people are rude, not because people are mean or evil, but simply because everybody's dealing with their own shit. Everybody's so caught up in their own head that they're not going to notice your uniqueness. And what does it matter that you are being different than everybody else if you are not actually getting actual, tangible results in your life? Life is not about being special, it's not about being unique, it's about actually doing stuff. Not just talking about it, not just pretending to be different than everybody else, but actually doing things that other people are not doing. If you want to be unique, you need to do stuff. Now, I know this might seem obvious, but it's actually not, because most people are all talk and no doing. Most people are not doing shit. They're just talking about what they want to do, what they plan to do, how they feel about this or that. Instead of talking, let your actions do the talking. Just do. Just start doing things. Stop talking. Get over yourself. You are not that special, you are not unique. And I'm saying this out of love, because if you believe you are unique, you will never actually become unique, because you will never actually do anything. You will just talk like everybody else. The irony is that people who think they're unique, they're actually not unique. Because people who are actually unique, they don't waste time thinking about their own uniqueness, they're actually doing stuff. They don't have the time to talk about themselves and their plans all the time, because they actually need to do shit. And you need to become someone who actually does things also. So just forget about yourself. Forget about your feelings, your emotions, what you are struggling with, what you are going through. For now on, just ignore yourself. That's what I did, just ignore all this bullshit that's in your head, okay? And just actually ask yourself, what can I do? What is the next thing I can do to get a step closer to where I wanna be? You want to be a writer? Instead of fucking talking about your book and how you want to be a writer, nobody cares. There are millions of people who want to be writers, and most of them never finish writing a book. Instead, actually start writing the book, and then once the book is written, people will read it and people will be interested in you. But only once you've actually done the stuff, not when you talk about it. See? You want to start a business, stop talking about the ideas you have and just start a fucking business. Start doing stuff. Now, you may think this is obvious advice, but it's not, because most people will just talk and talk and talk and never actually do anything. And it's understandable, because doing is scary. It's easy to talk about stuff, because when you are talking about stuff, you aren't actually facing your demons. You're just talking. You are living in a la-la land. You are living in an illusion about yourself, fantasizing about your own greatness, and there's no one to verify it because you haven't actually done the thing yet. You can fantasize about being a great writer, you can talk to people that you want to be a writer, and no one will be able to tell you that you are not a good writer because you haven't even written anything yet. But once you actually write a book, once you actually start writing, you will realize that you aren't nearly as good at writing as you think you are. And that's when you start to face your own demons. You realize that you aren't this awesome person that you have made yourself believe that you are. That you aren't nearly as talented as you think you are. And that's a very painful realization. It's a huge ego hit. But once you accept that you are not good at what you are trying to do because you're still at the beginner level, that's when you start to actually grow. Because you get over yourself and you just start doing it. You need to start doing the thing that you want to be doing. And some people will say that they don't know what they actually want to be doing, but the truth is, most people do know. It's just that they are letting the outside noise influence them. So I know that this video is very unstructured, but that's how I want it to be. I want it to be very raw, very unfiltered, like I would be talking to a close friend, because I consider you my close friend. I actually want you to succeed, even though I gain nothing from this. If anything, I gain more competition. So there's no reason for me to do this, but I'm just very frustrated by the way most people just can't figure this mindset stuff out, and I just want to help you. So the point is, most people actually know what they want to do. It's just that they're letting this outside noise influence them. Social media trends, social media in general, what the society thinks, what their family thinks, what their friends might think. All this outside noise, they're just letting it get into their head. If you're unsure what you want to do, all you need to do is just block this outside noise, and then you will hear your own inner authentic voice. It's there. You have this inner authentic voice. It's a beautiful thing, this inner voice within you. But you are just letting this inner voice be muted by all this bullshit around you. You need to block all this outside noise. Just for a moment, okay? Let's make this thought experiment together. Just for a moment, imagine there's no society, there's no family, no friends, no social media, money doesn't matter. You can do anything you want, you don't have to worry if it's realistic or not. What would you be doing? If there were no other issues, if money wasn't a problem, if logistics wasn't a problem, if society didn't care at all, what would you be doing? How would you actually spend your days? That is your true calling. You feel it deep inside. This is the thing that you daydream about. When you are doing something else and then your mind starts drifting away and imagining this scenario, this is what you actually want to do. This is your actual calling. And if you still can't hear it, I suggest you take a walk in the nature somewhere far away from other people, preferably without your phone. Just spend hours walking in the forest or somewhere in the nature, just to figure out what you actually want from life. Because when we are in the nature, we start to hear this inner voice, because we are no longer surrounded by this external societal nonsense, So this is what I suggest you do if you truly don't know what to do. But most people actually know what they have to do. You just have to do what's right in front of you, and you know what you want to achieve. It's just that you have to get over yourself and stop feeling oppressed. Stop using your past as like an excuse. Stop identifying with things that don't benefit you. And then you will actually start heading towards this goal that you have made for yourself. One more thing, you need to start small. So this kind of ties to getting over yourself, because people with huge egos, they're always unwilling to start small because they think it's beneath them. You need to start small. You want to write a book? Stop fantasizing about having the whole book written and people praising you for being a writer and all this shit. Just focus on just writing 1 page a day, or just choose the amount of words you want to write every day and only focus on that. The only thing that should be in your mind every day is the tiny step you have to take that one day to get 1 step closer to where you want to be. And this should be the only thing that you are focusing on. You shouldn't be thinking about the end goal. You just need to think about the next step. Only focus on the next step. Then from now on, the next step is the only thing that matters to you. Every day you just think about the next step. And eventually you will get there. You will get to the end goal. But you need to stop worrying about the end goal, fantasizing about the end goal. Forget about the end goal for now. Just focus on the next step. If you want to have a great physique, just focus on exercising for a few minutes every day from now on. Eventually you will build up from there. But you need to start very small. It has to seem so laughably small that it's almost embarrassing not to do it. There's this thing called the 2-minute rule. You need to make the 2-minute version of what you want to achieve. So if you want to write a book, you just write for 2 minutes every day. Now you may think that this is ridiculous, this is embarrassing, but the thing is, if you decide that you're going to write for an hour, it's very difficult to motivate yourself and to do it daily. Some days you will just have a bad mood, you won't be able to force yourself to write for a whole hour, and then you will just come up with excuses, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow I will write. But you have to do it every day, because that's how you actually build a habit. That's how you actually make it your second nature. That's how it actually becomes natural to you. And in order to build a habit, you need to start small. You need to make it so easy that you can realistically do it every day. Now, of course, we always have a bad day where we miss our habit once or twice, but you should be able to aim to do it daily and to succeed in like 99% of the cases or 90% of the cases. And if you just decide that you're going to do it for 2 minutes every day, it's so easy that you should be able to form a habit. You should be able to do it for 21 days straight. It's how you form a habit. So whatever you want to do, just create a 2-minute version of that, and for now on just decide that you're going to do it for 2 minutes every day. Now once you actually get into this habit, once you actually start exercising or writing, most likely it's going to take longer than 2 minutes, because you will just get into it. You will become more motivated while writing, while exercising, while reading. But your goal should be to just do it for 2 minutes so that you can easily start, so that there's no resistance when you are beginning, so that you can easily get to it. This is extremely crucial. This rule has saved my life. I wouldn't be where I am right now if I didn't apply this rule. Please apply the 2-minute rule. It's going to change your life. So, to sum up, you need to stop identifying with your old self, stop identifying with your pain, forgive the people who have wronged you, heal from all the past wounds that you have, stop identifying as the victim, and get over yourself. Stop thinking that you're a special case, that you are unique, and just get to work instead. Stop talking about it, just start doing, and start with the 2-minute rule. So start small, just do it for 2 minutes every day, and then build up from there. That's what I did, and it changed my life. I can guarantee you that. There's a lot more stuff that I could talk about, but I think it's enough for one video. Maybe if I come up with some other tips, I will make a part 2 for this video. And also, if you need some book recommendations, then I suggest you read Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's where I got the 2-minute rule from. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. These are the 4 books that have really helped me form my mindset that is actually benefiting me now and is helping me do actual tangible stuff. So I'm seeing the results of this mindset that I have cultivated, and it's also partly thanks to these 4 books that I've read. So I highly recommend you check those books out. And that's it. Thank you for listening. Please let me know what you think about this, and I will see you in the next video. Subscribe for more content like this. Peace.